Rebecca confides in the group about her possession of an ether gear known as Leaper, which allows her to teleport short distances. However, Wise accuses her of copying his unique arsenal ability, which threatens to diminish his own selling point. Despite explanations from Hermit about the differences between their powers, Wise continues to harbor doubts. He goes on to explain to the group about the taboo of having two team members with the same power in superhero teams. However, Rebecca dismisses this notion, asserting that their team is not bound by such rules. Shiki proposes a race, and the others eagerly accept the challenge, including Pino, who joins in. Meanwhile, which introduces Hamura to the hangar and answers her questions about the 4 shining stars, explaining that they serve as the Demon King's loyal followers, following his every command. However, she then reveals that in reality, they are just good friends who support each other, and that Hamura may behave as normal. The burden of the quest ahead weighed heavily on their minds, but there was a glimmer of hope when she recalled something which had mentioned earlier. Without all 4 shining stars, it would be impossible to pass Dragonfall, which later clarified that it was meant to be taken figuratively, but acknowledged that it would indeed be a difficult feat without them. Among the team, Valkyrie was in charge of the ship's armaments, and which had devised a plan to use them to clear a path through Dragonfall, particularly by unleashing the power of Code 3173, known as Ether Ion, which explained that the authentication of all 4 shining stars was necessary to unlock Ether Ion, and it was the only way to break through the obstacle. Hamura was curious about what Ether Ion was, but which warned her to keep it a secret from Shiki and the others, which only piqued her curiosity more. The team agreed to reveal the truth to Hamura at the right time, since she had a tendency to spill secrets. Relaxing in the spa, Rebecca luxuriates in the warm, soothing water while Happy marvels at Pino's surprising victory using her EMP ability. Excitedly, Rebecca reveals to her companions that she too possesses an ether gear, and thanks the spa for the rejuvenation and relaxation it has provided her. As she floats in the tranquil water, Rebecca suddenly finds herself and Shiki caught in the midst of a fierce battle, leaving her bewildered and disoriented. Confused and searching for Happy, Rebecca is jolted when Shiki dismisses the cat's name as belonging to a dead feline. The shock of this revelation startles Rebecca out of her daze, and she wakes up to find Sister tending to her. Feeling groggy and disoriented, Rebecca's first question is about Happy's whereabouts. Overwhelmed with relief, when he responds, she embraces the little cat and confesses to having had a terrible dream. Still unsure if it was a nightmare or a surreal experience, Rebecca wonders where they are. Calmly, Sister explains that they are in her room, which doubles as an infirmary. Upon waking up, Sister informs Rebecca that she had been unconscious for an hour, and relays the unsettling news that the warship that had been tracking their decoy had returned. Upon hearing this, Shiki is eager to take action and starts the operation to invade the space fortress, and they have already reached the guest dock. Hermit explains that their objective is to gather information to understand why their ship is being targeted, and if necessary, eliminate the leader if they are confirmed to be an enemy. Rebecca gets dressed quickly, feeling annoyed that Shiki and the others left her behind. Sister reminds her that she had fainted in the infirmary and needed to rest. Meanwhile, as they continue their mission, Shiki and his group learn that Belial Gore used to be a sector in Gilst, and upon seeing the massive ship city, they realize the significance of this information. Since the area is a tourist attraction, they decide to enter through the guest dock to avoid drawing attention to themselves. Hermit cautions the team to be vigilant since Draken Joe, the highest authority on the ship and a prominent figure in the Sakura Cosmos criminal underworld, is a dangerous adversary, which reiterates the importance of only gathering information and warns that they will activate the Eden Zero's armament system if necessary. With these instructions in mind, Shiki and his companions commence their exploration of Belial Gore. They quickly discover that the city is relatively ordinary, albeit somewhat unsavory and packed with people. Shiki expresses reservations about attacking the ship, and Hamura concurs, citing the abundance of innocent bystanders. Wise argues that everyone on the ship hails from Gilst, a planet known for its criminal population. However, Shiki retorts that it is only Draken who desires their ship, leading to a heated argument between the two. Suddenly, an elderly man hails Wise, commenting on his familiar appearance. The man introduces himself as Sibir, but Shiki confronts him, leading to the old man's confusion about his identity. Wise provides an explanation to Sibir about the events that happened on Norma, stating that a chronophage had devoured the planet, taking 50 years with it. Wise and Pino managed to escape the planet, but unfortunately, the experience had left Pino traumatized and terrified of Sibir. Sibir, surprised by this information, asks what he did to Pino that would make her fear him so much. Shiki, annoyed by Sibir's forgetfulness, gets angry and reminds him of what he did to Pino 50 years ago. Wise quickly intervenes, informing Sibir and Pino that this version of Sibir is different from the one they met on Norma. Sibir apologizes for his past actions, which helps to ease Pino's fear slightly. Wise asks what he's doing here, but Sibir, distracted by his groceries, tells them that he works at a nearby bar and invites them to visit when they can. As the group decides to gather more information, they are interrupted by a ship-wide broadcast by Draken, who announces that he is aware of the Eden Zero crew's presence on the ship. He remarks that their idea of sneaking in through the guest dock was not bad, but he tells them that they check on every ship that lands there. Just then, the Eden Zero is attacked and the communication between Hermit and the group is cut off. Draken, the attacker, announces that he will be taking their ship, forcing Shiki's group to try to get back to their ship as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Maria, Diego, and Seth invade the ship with the intent to kill the crew, which, using her powers, detects the intruders and asks Hamura for permission to unlock her battle dress, a powerful battle outfit. Unfortunately, the connection is still jammed, and they are unable to use their full power. As Shiki's group tries to force their way through the lockdown dock, they receive a warning from Draken, who has taken their crew hostage.